This video is going to talk about solving multi-step equations. To look at how to solve a particular type of operation in multi-step equations, go ahead and look at the videos that say multiplication equations, division equations. They're single step, but they'll show you the logic behind why you're doing what you're doing. If we have an equation like 3x plus 4 equals 22, what I want to do is I want to get that variable alone, just like in a regular one-step equation. And in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the variable and I'm going to work with what's furthest away from it first, and I'm going to work closer to the variable. So 3x, that's as close as we can get, but we have a plus 4 here that we can get rid of. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. And I'm going to get 3x equals 22 minus 4 is going to be 18. I want to get rid of that 3, so I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides, and I'm left with x equals 6. You can see that right about here, we're just solving a regular one-step equation, and we didn't really do anything different up here. It's just, it looks more complicated. But it's not any harder, it's just going to take a couple more steps. Let's take a look at another one. 2w over 7 equals 42. 2w is pretty close. 2 is pretty close to that w. The 7 is on a different level. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of that 7 first. So I'm going to multiply by 7 on both sides. And I'm left with 2w equals 42 times 7 is going to be 294. Now what I want to do is I want to get rid of that 2 that's attached to the w, so I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides, and I'm going to get 147 for my final answer. Let's take a look at one more thing. Maybe more than one more thing. Two things. If I have an equation that looks like this, the first thing I want to do is I want to simplify things. I want to make things easier to look at. So I want to combine 3f plus 2f into 5f, and 3 plus 1 equals 4. Now I have 5f plus 4 equals 39. Got a regular equation now. I don't have to worry about getting rid of the 3 and getting rid of the 2 separately. I can combine them all up. It's always best to combine things up, if at all possible. To get rid of this 4, which is farther away than the 5, I'm going to subtract on both sides, and I'm left with 5f equals 39 minus 4 is 35. To get rid of that 5, I'm going to divide by 5 on both sides and get f equals 7. What happens if I have 4m over 9 plus 1 equals 5. In order to solve this problem, I want to work with what's farthest away from the variable. In this case, the 1 is farthest away from the variable. So the first thing I want to do is I want to subtract 1 from both sides. 4m over 9 equals 5 minus 1 is 4. Now what I want to do is I want to get rid of that 9. So I'm going to multiply by 9 on both sides and get 4m equals 36. To get rid of the 4, I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides and get m equals 9. Whoops, you can almost see it. And that is how you solve multi-step equations. Start at farther away from the variable and work your way in. It will lead for a much less complex process.